welcome back to the More YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another rant stroke thought of the day. A rant this one, yes, we're talking about one of the most controversial subjects in Newcastle United's current state, and it is Allan Saint-Maximin once again. We've had some mental stuff going around on Twitter about Allan Saint-Maximin and just how vital he is to Newcastle and everything else. This all came out of a story, really. I think that's come out of The Athletic. With regards to the James Maddison chase. So there's been some mental figures being thrown around by Leicester, 60 million quid. No fucking way Spurs are paying that, by the way, and we won't pay it either. Certainly not for a player with 1 year left in his contract who's in the Championship squad right now. But Maddison is different gravy. We know that. You know, he got something daft like 14 goals and 10 assists in a relegated side. He's in the England team back now as a regular. He's a quality footballer, 26 years old. He's got his peak years ahead of him. Eddie Howe wants him. Eddie Howe chased him last summer. Eddie Howe probably still wants him. But the story goes, certainly off the back of signing Sandro Tonali for probably about 50, 60 million quid, the FFP is creeping up on Newcastle United, and they could possibly have to sell players to raise funds for James Maddison. Doesn't surprise anybody. FFP is there, and we're certainly under the microscope, definitely given who owns 80% of our club, and I think that the football bodies are definitely looking at us a bit more finitely than other people. But the story is, and I suppose the question is, would you sell Allan Saint-Maximin to raise funds for James Maddison? Now, let me think about that for a period of time, because it's quite a difficult one. 100% yes, I would. And I've got no axe to grind with Maximin before all the fangirls jump at me. I am wearing a hat, it's not made of tin foil. But listen, the guy has done bits for us, there's no doubt about that. He's been quality, he's been good. And the dark times, you know, but under Eddie Howe, has he really kicked on? Has he really improved? Have we seen an improvement from Maxi that we've seen from Sean Longstaff, from Joe Willock, from Emil Kraft, from players like that, from Callum Wilson even? Have we seen that from Maxi? The answer is no, we haven't. Quite often he's been left out of the team. He doesn't look like he fits. I don't think Eddie Howe trusts him. He's not disciplined enough to keep the shape and play the way Eddie Howe wants. This is the best manager we've had since Bobby Robson, and he knows how to get this team playing. He's took us from relegation fodder to Champions League in a year. So if he doesn't think Allan Saint-Maximin fits the project, then you have to trust what Eddie Howe wants to do. But going back to the Maddison question, this is just mental, really. There seems to be this crazy cultist vibe towards Allan Saint-Maximin. I've never seen anything like it. Ben Arthur had a little bit of it, but nothing like this at all. Allan Saint-Maximin seems to be the answer to any question that anybody had in the world. You know, why are we here? Allan Saint-Maximin. You know, is a Loch Ness Monster real? Allan Saint-Maximin. Ask, he'll know. You know, just I don't understand it. You look at the statistics of the player. You know, certainly against James Maddison, you're talking about your Premier League lifetime. Maddison's got over 160 games and he's got 40 odd goals and 30 odd assists, versus Maxi, who's got about 110. I think 18 goals and 12 assists or something like that, or 12 goals and 18 assists or something like that. Mark will throw the stats up, I'm sure, a little bit of computer magic as we're talking. But if you look at them last season, you know, it's pretty clear that Maddison, in a nutshell, really, he creates more, he shoots more, he scores more, more importantly, he passes more, and more importantly, he plays more. He played something like 2,400 minutes versus Maxi's 1,100 and something minutes. And you know, whenever Maxi seems to have a bit of a run or something, he gets injured, he's pulled a hamstring, he's this and that, and then you see him jogging on his treadmill in France or up a hill in the mountains or whatever the fuck, saying I'll be back, and doing his little highlight reel, and then he's not back. You know, so listen, Maxi had to work really hard to get in this squad. We said at the start of last season that this would be a season of judgment for Maxi to see whether he could show us that he could be part of this project. Now, I think he's failed. I don't think he's done a very good job at all. You know, people throw about, you know, he's done this, he's done that, and you know, it always goes back to he carried us under Bruce. Yeah, well, Bruce is gone. Bruce is history. You know, the cabbage is rotten and thrown in the bin. The bacon has burned. Bruce is no more. Eddie Howe is the Newcastle United manager. And what's Maxi done under Eddie Howe? Very little. You know, you start scratching your memory banks. Yes, brilliant against Man City. The volley against Wolves. Good against Man United in the league. But what else? What else did he do? You know, the odd cross here from Callum Wilson. Yeah, just he's not been a consistent performer. He hasn't put in the shift that Miggy's put in this season. He hasn't put in the shift that Willock's put in this season, or Isak, even in the short games that he's played. Isak's had more of an impact than Maxi has. When you evolve as a football club, you have to make changes. We've gone from being relegation fodder to Champions League teams. You know, we're a top 4 side. You can't hold on to players for sentiment. I mean, I don't know whether these guys are just on level 19 of Helios and they have to kiss his arse and throw rose petals at his feet to get a level 20, and then you get a free Gucci headband or something. But give your fucking heads a wobble, man. He's not as good as you think that he is. Yes, on his day, he can be an unbelievable player. He can be electric. I've never seen anybody rip Kyle Walker apart like Maxi did at St James's, but how many days does he have? He's too inconsistent. He's too injury prone. You know, he has 1-2 good games and he's fucked for 6 or 7, 8 weeks. And they're not little injuries, they're long injuries. And for me, you can't have that. You know, people have been saying, you know, engage with us on Twitter. We love a bit of engagement. There's no doubt about that. We can always agree or disagree. Don't have to be aggressive to each other. But, you know, people are saying we need Maxi because we've got more games. He can't stay fit for the Premier League. How in the fuck is he going to stay fit for Champions League, Premier League, Cup games, Carabao, FA Cup? He's not going to be able to do it. He can't even stay fit when we're dumped out the cup for the first round and he's got league games to concentrate on. He would not stay fit. So he is the most sellable asset that we've got. I'm sorry, but it's true. And if you have to sell him to raise funds for James Maddison, in my opinion, take the deal, sell him, raise the funds and get Maddison. Don't let Leicester pull your pants down. But if Maddison's going to cost you 45, 50 million quid and you've got to sell an asset to get him in, Maxi is the one for me to send away. Thanks for your time, Maxi. The team's evolving, you don't fit, and it's time to move on. If you can get a better player in someone's position, you've got to let them move on. You know, Maxi is a good player. If we don't get a better player than Maxi, let him move on. But to me, Maddison is a better player and offers more to the squad. The stats back it up. Check him out on the video that we've just done. Have a look online. You can see the stats. Maddison is a better, more consistent player for Newcastle United than Maxi, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this kind of thing, click subscribe, come and join us. We're really close to 4,000 subscribers. We're only about 30, 40 off or something like that. So smash the button, like the video, help get it on YouTube. We'll be back with more Newcastle United crack soon, and we'll see you later. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.